visiting us on World Book Day. We are the Spinebreakers for years 5 and 6, and we'd like to ask you a few questions about your work as an author.
First of all, we would love to know how long you have been writing.
I've been writing for over 40 years. I started when I was about 25, and I suppose I'm getting on, I'm 67 now. So yeah, I've been writing for a very long time.
And how many of your stories have been published so far?
Every single one of them. So it's probably about 80 books. Some of them are for adults, some of them for older children, some of them are for middle children, and quite a few of them are for younger children, and there are 2 picture books. So it all adds up over the years.
We understand that you moved to California, Arizona, Michigan, and Canada before returning to the UK. Did travelling inspire you to write any of your stories?
No, not really, and I think that's because I mostly write for children, and so in order to write for children you kind of have to understand A, how childhood works, and B, how schools work. And schools and childhood are rather different in the United States and in Canada. So actually, I don't think it helped particularly. There is an adult novel that I wrote that is very funny about the differences between America and England, and it certainly helped with that. But on the whole, no, I'd have probably done just as well staying at home.
Your story of When Doubtfire inspired the film Miss Doubtfire. Would you like to tell any other stories in the film?
Well, I think most authors are quite glad when things become films because it means you get a bit more publicity, so you often sell more copies of the book. But I think from what I know about other authors, they're never crazy about the film. I shan't mention any names, but the authors I know who've had their things filmed most recently, they always say in public that they like them, because you have to. And in fact now, you often have to sign a contract to say that you won't be rude about the film when it's been made. So you're not really talking the truth at all. But a lot of them are really quite disappointed. I think that good books tend to make bad films, and bad books tend to make good films. That's what they say in the trade, and I think it's true.
What are the best tips you would give us on writing a good story?
Well, the big tip is read, because every book you read will turn you into a better writer later, because it enriches your vocabulary. It means you know how to use words, you know what works on the page better, so that works very well indeed. So the reading is the main part of it generally. But if you're stuck and you've got to write something right now, I think ask yourself what if, and just pick something really simple. You know, what if when I came home after school, my mum, she looked the same, she sounded the same, but she didn't act the same, and I thought that maybe she'd been taken over by an alien who was pretending to be her. What would I do? What would I think? What would I say? Would I go and hide in my bedroom? Would I have a think? Would I ask my sister? Just pick something quite simple, and then ask yourself what would happen next? What would everybody do? How would they think? And how would they feel? And as long as you put this how would they think, how would they feel in, you can kind of build up a story. It just works very easily. What if is what you're asking yourself.
A Diary of a Killer Cat is very popular at this, and you can see it features on our book. What character has been your favourite to write about?
I think my favourite character is probably Chester Howard in How to Write Really Badly. And I like him because he's funny, and he's clever, and he's sharp, and he says things how they actually are. So a lot of children find him very comforting because he says what we're almost not allowed to say in the primary school. I mean, there is a sort of level of honesty about him that is very refreshing. So Chester Howard in How to Write Really Badly is my favourite character.
Thank you for answering our questions. We have really enjoyed your visit today.
Thank you, my dear, thank you. And I had a lovely time here, and I must say I think your World Book Day costumes have been lovely. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you to everybody.